All right. So yeah, hi guys. I gave SimCAT-9 and not in the proctored window. After that, because of some issues, and I scored 89 in it, 41 in VRC, 29 in LRDI, and 19 in quants. So the marks doesn't give justice to the mock experience or my performance. I believe my performance was very bad in both DILR as well as in VRC. Quants, of course, it was bad, hence 19. Could have scored a lot. Let's start with VRC. And in VRC, I started with the first RC, which was about, I hope, corny capitalism, right? So I was very rusty in the same. I took almost 11 to 12 minutes to complete that RC, and I got 2 right and 2 wrong in that. So it was, I started it VR section pretty wrong, and I was actually surprised that this time I was like, is it IMS? Is it SimCAT itself? Because the RCs were difficult to read, but the questions were, pretty easy. Within 1 minute, you were able to solve the questions. There was no very much challenge. If you are able to understand the RC, then solving the questions were easy. Sure, the reading the RC was difficult and to comprehend it was difficult, but once you understand it, the questions were a cakewalk. But the first RC, the RC was difficult as well as the questions were also difficult. It was only RC where the questions was slightly difficult, or yeah, that sort. But I was surprised seeing IMS VRC to be not absurd and vague. It's pretty refreshing and a good indicator, to be honest. So as I said, I invested a lot of time in that, and I started it pretty bad. So after that, I had very less time for all of the other questions. So then I went to the next RC, which was about mutation, gene, DNA. I spent almost 8 to 9 minutes in that and got all the 4 right. And after that, I went to the interpretation of language RC. It was not a difficult, maybe slightly challenging read, but the questions were also doable. So I got all the 4 right in that as well. It took almost 8 minutes, I guess. And at last, I was left with almost 13 or 12 minutes, and I have to choose whether I should go to VA because of the blunder I did in the first RC, or do one more RC. I was feeling good with the RC part, so I thought let's do the RCs itself because I'm in a good touch, and I went ahead. And it was the right decision, to be honest, but not the ideal decision. And I did the last RC about speculative realism. It was starting, it was, I was like, it's no, I'm not understanding it. Then after the first pair, it was like very good structure, and I was able to understand the main idea and got all the 4 right. So in 7 or 8 minutes, I solved that. So I'm very much surprised that out of the 16 questions in RC, I got 14 right, and out in the last 3 RCs, I got all the 3 RCs right. So good one. It was definitely easy RC, easy VR section, to be honest. And yeah, after that, I had only 3 to 4 minutes left, and I skipped all the 3 para summary questions. I was not able to. I don't had time to solve them. And then I did para completion. 3 of them I got 1 right and 2 wrong, and I got both of the odd one out right. In 3 to 4 minutes, I was just guessing at this point of time. There was no proper structure or anything. I was just like, in just 20 seconds, I was reading, oh, maybe this, oh, maybe this, oh, maybe this. So if I had not invested that much time or wasted that time in the first RC, I could have solved a couple of more VA questions. At least 3 or 4 more I could have solved, and it would improve my marks as well overall. If I skipped the first RC, even then that was a good thing. But I don't know what exactly it is. Maybe I will have to improve my time management. I was rusty. All of the things were not in my favor. Even though I scored 41, but I'm not satisfied. I could have easily scored around 50 in this. Easily, not. If I managed my time properly, 50 was nowhere. It was pretty easy at this point of time. And the mock was also easy. In 41, I got almost 85 or 86 percentile. So it was definitely easy in general. And let's talk about DILR. So in DILR, I got 29. Yeah. So what happened? I started with the circle arrangement set. There were teams, we have to give them teams and then arrange them in a circle. So that was a difficult set, I guess, not straightforward. So I invested 50 minutes in that. It was a blunder, and eventually I moved on, and I just solved two questions from that. The questions which were asking about the teams, right? I solved those two questions. I moved on. It was the right decision that I moved on, but it was a bad decision that I spent almost 15 minutes in that. I could have moved on in 10 minutes itself and solved two questions. So that was a wrong decision on my part, and that costed me 10 to 12 marks, to be honest. And after that, I went to the setup of the cricketers, their surname and their names. It was the easiest set which you can get in a mock or in CAT. You won't get an easier set than this in CAT anytime soon. I mean, I was able to solve this in 6 minutes, 6 to 7 minutes, got all the 4 questions right. And after that, I got to do the set about the stations, horizontal and vertical. There were some of the horizontal, some of the in vertical, and last two were the same. It was kind of Sudoku Kakura type set. If you're good in permutation combinations, slightly in Sudoku, you might get that right. In that, what exactly happened was I got maybe, let me see, yeah, I got 3 right and I got 2 wrong. One was theta, I guess, which I got wrong. So I could have got that right as well, but because of time pressure, I got wrong maybe, or maybe something happened at that particular time. I don't remember, but it was easier. I mean, the initial 3 sets were pretty easy. To be honest, the DI set, I thought there were 3 graphs, right? It might be difficult, so I didn't try to attempt it, but actually it was easy when I saw it. So if I didn't spend my time on the arrangement set, I could have solved that DI set in 7 to 8 minutes. But I'm also not that good at calculations. I'm good at logic. LR is my forte, DI is not that much. So I have to make that my forte now. So whenever there is a lot of calculation, I just try to ignore it until or unless I don't have anything in logical reasoning. So after that, I saw that grid set about square. It was square grid. There were 2 theta questions. I just guesstimated them and I got 1 right. It was sheer luck, tukka. So if I had did it properly and I could have saved the time in the arrangement set, I could have used that to do the DI set. So 12 marks easy. It was very, very easy, straightforward. It was calculation intensive but very straightforward. So could have easily scored around above 40, to be honest, in DLR as well. Even in 29, it was around 91, 92. So yeah. And now talking about cons. It was a shocker for me to see, like, I got 3 to 4 arithmetic questions wrong this time. Some were theta, sure, but I got arithmetic questions wrong. Maybe because I was not revising it properly or not solving the questions, just seeing the revision part, the short notes which I have made. So maybe I have to solve questions regularly, or I should dedicate one whole day to just revise and solve the questions of that. So 18 is not at all a good score. I mean, 18 or 19 was not at all a good score. I mean, it is very bad score in quants. It was not that difficult. Yes, sure, the couple of arithmetic questions were lengthy and a bit complicated. It was huge. So that might be the case for spending a lot of more time comparatively, but getting wrong in quants is not an excuse. It's lack of practice, to be honest. So I have to cover more syllabus so that I get sitters from geometry and algebra and number system and modern maths. But arithmetic, getting wrong in arithmetic is not accepted by me, at least at this point of time. I have to practice more in arithmetic, and I don't. This quants was not happy with. I'm sad with quants, to be honest. I'm not happy with VRC and LRDI, but I'm sad with my quants performance. I have to double down on quants for the next week. So overall, it was the best mock score of mine, but not the best mock attempt. I could have scored easily more than above 100. I have never crossed 100 so far, so could have been the time when I crossed 100. Yes, definitely the difficulty level was easy in all the 3 sections. That's the reason I could have crossed 100. Definitely sure that most of the people who are serious could have crossed around 90 or 100 ish. So, and this might be the best score of most of you guys, I'm sure. So do let me know what was the score in the SimCAT-9 and how was your performance in it. How are you feeling? What is your opinion on the same? Would like to know that in the comments. And yeah, that's it for today. See you in the next video. Bye bye.